Hey Tubies, Tubets, Todd back with Center Valley Customs. Today we're back on the C10, of course. Why? Because it's cold out and this can't get out of there for me to get anything back in here. So we're going to work on this until it's done, running, driving. I want this running and driving by springtime so I can get this out and get something else in here. And when we get to that, well, I guess you'll have to stick around to see what that is. But today, special day, because I've wanted these for a long time, but just couldn't get myself to bite the bullet. We got QA1 tubular upper and lower control arms with coilovers. Again, single adjustable 850 springs for a big block truck, which is what I got. I think the normal is 750s. I could be wrong with that. I don't know. But that's that. I looked last night. I thought, oh, I have a sway bar. I should probably buy a sway bar. And then I looked them up. Guess how much they are? Higher. Get off the phone. Don't be looking it up. $450 for a sway bar. Not happening. Not happening. I haven't actually even looked at it yet. I might try to maybe, I don't think it's going to work. I might try to maybe modify this one to work with those, but it's probably not going to happen. So for now, we're going to run without a sway bar because we're not, again, this is not a racing truck, so it really doesn't matter that much. We won't be doing any road courses or nothing like that. If anything, we'll just be doing donuts. So today we are going to start with pulling all this out, getting all this old stuff out of here. I think the only major, and I say major is pretty minimal, thing you have to do to install that is the K member here. You got to cut a hole in it. So with the plasma cutter, it should be pretty easy. And actually, I was going to get a paint marker from work today, and I completely forgot. I also got the old Medusa lights set up in here. I tell you what, guys, the Medusa lights are a game changer. Way better than any sort of flashlight. Stick your head in there. You don't get you don't shade the light or whatever you want to call it. Block it. You don't get the shadows. None of that stuff. Good online. Buy yourself a however many 5, 6 freaking light thing for growing plants. It'll change your life. It's the best thing ever. Don't know how I ever got around without it, honestly. So, with that being said, I'm going to start by pulling that stuff off of there. I did a little bit waiting for my stupid heater to turn off because it's louder than heck. So I pulled the wheel off and I pulled the cotter pins out. That's all I did so far. But that's what we're going to do. That's how, whatever. We'll hopefully get all that out tonight. My wife has to work in the morning. It's already late and our bedroom is like behind that wall. So I can't be extremely noisy. So we'll get what we can done without being stupid loud. Yeah. Oh, I did not buy drop spindles. So I believe, if I can remember correctly, I got this whole key member setup, disc brake setup, everything out of a 79 heavy half. I believe the heavy half compared to the regular half-ton C10, whatever, has a larger spindle diameter. So I believe these are 1.25" spindles versus like a 1-inch spindle. So I did not order drop spindles, which I don't even know if honestly I need them, because with that kit, I believe you can get up to 3 inches of drop with it. But I don't know what's in this for springs. I think they're big block springs, but I don't know if they're like lowering springs or anything. So it's very possible that after we put this all together, it doesn't make any difference at all, which I'm ready for that. I already know that. It's actually kind of odd for me not to have just willy-nilly bought 1.25" spindles, because that's something I would do. I'm a cheap ass, okay? If I can get something cheap, I'm gonna buy it. But with that being said, generally, I'll order the wrong parts 4 times. It'll be twice as hard, and by the time I'm done, I could have just bought the kit and had it all done with. So it's kind of abnormal, I guess, for me to be buying QA1 parts, coilovers and stuff, especially in the rear, and hence why I did not buy a kit for the 4-link. I just went and bought, I guess I still bought a kit, but I didn't go buy some name brand like QA1 full suspension or anything like that because it's too expensive. The QA1, I think rear suspension was like, God, I can't remember. I did it for about half the price, put it that way, which still wasn't the cheapest. I think I got maybe 1,500 bucks in this. So in my opinion, it's not bad. Hopefully it functions like it should. But that's enough rambling, I guess, for now. I do have Willwood disc brakes, just like calipers, that are like a OEM replacement, upgraded replacement, whatever you want to call it. So while we're doing the suspension swap, whatever, we'll put those on also. And I'm gonna run all brand new brake lines to this thing, which is kind of a waste because when I did this front suspension swap, put the disc brake conversion on this like 5 years ago. I ran all brand new brake lines, but I didn't like the way I did the back, which I ordered, like I said, ordering parts willy-nilly and getting the wrong stuff. I ordered new braided brake lines for the back, and I ordered these and I only got one. So I didn't read that it was only one, or it wasn't a set. Ordered those, got them here, too short. So now I got to order them again. So there's that. I did actually get a drive shaft though today, used one that hopefully I can get cut down, and it is girthy. It is, it's going to look obnoxious, honestly. And when I take it to get cut and I give them the yoke I want put on it, they're literally just going to tell me I'm an idiot, and I know it. All right, when you guys watch me eventually, you know, this will be a little bit down the road, a couple videos from now, but when I finally get the drive shaft back and stuff like that, you're going to see it and you're going to be like, this guy's an idiot, unsubscribe. But don't stay subscribed. Don't unsubscribe, comment, like, all that other garbage. We'll get in whatever. So again, that's enough freaking rambling. Jesus Lord, I've never talked that much in my life. Let's start by getting this tore out, get the shock off. Probably gonna leave the brake caliper on and just try to pull the spindle out complete and go from there. All right, so I got this all pulled apart. Guys, be careful when you pull your spindle out. There may still be spring pressure in between here, and if that thing comes out of there, it will come out like lightning and can hurt yourself pretty bad. I did this once already, like I said, when I did the disc brake kit, so I already knew there was not going to be any spring pressure on here, and I could pick up on the lower control arm pretty easily without there being pressure on there. Also, once you get your ball joint bolts loose, whoops, that's not a ball joint, but anyway, once you get your ball joint bolts loose on your spindle, take yourself a good big hammer and just smack on this part on the spindle where the ball joint goes in, and it'll vibrate it loose and pop out. Okay, so the next step is going to be, I think I'm going to get this lower control arm off. There's just a U-bolt here with nuts, 2 U-bolts with 4 nuts on it. Those bolts are pretty crusty. So I'm probably just going to take the old death wheel and go away with it. Easy peasy. I ain't going to spend 4 hours trying to get them off. If I can even get the death wheel in there. The other thing we need to do is get these 2 nuts off. These are bolted through the frame, which are going to be a nightmare to get because, well, it's pretty tight in there. So that's not going to be fun. After that, the worst part, well, I should say, probably the worst part of this is going to be getting these 4 rivets out of here. So getting something in there. I might be able to get the plasma in there, maybe. I've never used the plasma to cut rivets, so I don't know how to do it, more or less. But yeah. But I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow to get these rivets out, because I'm going to have to grind and cut and bang and smash and everything else. And like I said, my wife has got to work tomorrow, so she definitely isn't going to want to wake up and hear that, and she'll kill me. So, yeah. Had a casualty. Bashed up and skinned one of my antlers. Oh. Actually, I got 2 of my antlers. Wrench socket slipped off the bolt and I just pinched something. Hit it against something and just skinned me good. Just throbbing, but we'll keep moving forward. I got done what I wanted to get done. I took the sway bar out. I did get all these bolts out. Obviously these 2 nuts came off pretty easily. This one fought me. And I mean literally took a big chunk of my finger off. This one I actually cleaned up with my Dremel a little bit. And then I sprayed it down with some PB Blaster, so that helped a lot. I actually thought this one was going to be more of a nightmare because it's kind of tucked way up in there, where this one I was actually able to get on this one with the impact with a long extension and whatnot. Otherwise I'd probably still be trying to get that one out. But yeah, I think, like I said, that's probably about as far as I'm going to get tonight, and it's what I wanted to get done, honestly. Tomorrow I can get in here and start getting these rivets out of here. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, if I'm going to try to drill them out and then hit them with the air hammer, or maybe I'll just go to town with the air hammer, or who knows, maybe I'll even try to get the PB Blaster, the plasma cutter out, and go after them with that. I did take the nut off the back side of the shock mount, but it won't come out. So either somebody put too small of a washer on here, or maybe it's like a crush washer, I'm not sure, but it's mushroomed, so it's stuck around the threads on the inside, and I don't know how I'm going to get that out. I might just cut that right off with a Sawzall or the grinder or something and just punch it through. But like I said, that's it for the night. I'm going to go clean up my finger and get some rest and get up early and hit her hard tomorrow. New day, starting off a little late. I took my drive shaft in to get that cut down and whatnot. Ate myself a burrito, had to feed the little 4-legged friends in the house. But we're back. We're going to work on getting this piece out of here, getting these rivets taken out. I already drilled holes in these, and actually I already hammered this one out. Because I was waiting for that stupid heater to turn off again. Yeah, so I'm going to take the air hammer, smash those off, take a bigger hammer, not that hammer, probably a different hammer, that hammer, and smash that off. And then we got to elongate one of the holes about 1/8 inch, as it says per the instructions. I didn't read them, I just looked at the pictures. Got to elongate that hole, which is the front hole behind that stud sticking out. So we'll get that done, and then we can start digging through the box of parts. I know we got to bolt up the part that we just take off now, put that back on, trace a hole, get the plasma over here somehow, I came out here Wednesday to clean up, and yeah, still a mess. So we'll get the plasma over here, cut the hole out, and then I think we can pretty much just start throwing things together. There is a couple holes where I cut this U-bolt off of here. I believe the new U-bolts are a little bigger, so I think I got to drill those out a little bit, which sucks because I don't know if I have a big enough drill bit. I might have to use the old Christmas tree step thing, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. So, but we'll worry about that when we get that far. So let's get that air hammered out, elongate that hole, and then we can start digging through and finding parts and whatnot. Okay, we got this bracket that you use as a template. So you line up the holes, and then probably be more or less these holes, and then use it as a template to cut out your circle. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. I took a little bit of time and sorted out all my hardware, which these washers have the size stamped in them. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So we need 4 3/8 bolts and 4 7/16 bolts. So I sorted all these out, and then I just, of course, threw them all in a pile. So we'll start with these. Okay, so now that I got the wrench on the nut, how in the world am I going to reach up here? That one got all the torque right away. I assembled this shock. If you want to see how these all get assembled, you can watch the last video I did that I explained how how you fully assemble the QA1 coilover. The one thing that is different about these though than the other shocks that the other coilovers for the rear is these have a spherical bearing in them and not just a bushing. I actually ordered these for the rear that we'll be putting on whenever they come, or actually when we get back on the other video. But also when we install this in there, we have to use these little itty bitty washers, or spacers I guess, to go between here. So first I'm going to try to fish this in here and maybe stick one of these on here. Hopefully it doesn't fall off while I shove this up in here, which it doesn't fit. Whoops. And my washer got lost. Ugh. Take two. Okay. Square this up this time. Okay, so now I got to figure out how in the world I'm going to get this other little bearing in here. Oh. There it goes. Washer and a nut on the back side, and that is in. That seems way too long, but that's just my opinion. Alright. That's cool. Now, Now we'll move on to the upper A-arm. Install this upper A-arm here. Now they give you these like concave nuts. Those go on here like so. And then the flat side of the A-arm goes on here like that. And then it doesn't say to use a washer, but whoops, I'm going to because, or maybe I'm not because these are too small. See if I have some bigger washers. Okay, found some. We'll put a washer on here. Throw this nut on quick. My heat's going to kick on, so it's going to get loud in here again. I should turn that fan off. Now, if your original suspension or whatever, they have these spacers that go behind here. This is for alignment. I am not going to put these in because when I'm all done with this and it's running and driving, I am actually going to take this in and have it aligned, and they can do all that garbage for me. I sure hope anyways. So then we'll bolt this in tight, torque it, and I think these get torqued to 70 foot-pounds, and should be good. So I got all this tightened up. I tightened up the shock mount, all that stuff's tight, and I actually torqued it with the torque wrench to 70 foot-pounds. Now in order to get these lower control arms on, I need to hog these holes out here to fit a 9/16 U-bolt. I tried taking a 1/2-inch drill bit and just drilling it out and then kind of hogging it a little bit, but that's not going to work. And I don't have a bit that's big enough. Check my drill index here. I look through here and I don't have anything that's bigger than a 1/2 inch. So I think I'm going to bite the bullet and just go buy one. That way I have it. It'll make it a lot easier. And just go from there. So I'm going to go spend an hour, buy a drill bit, and then be back, pound this out. Alright, got my bit. Put this on. Hog these holes out. Ouch! They're hot. What is it stuck to? Hey! Oh, them are hot. One got me on my thumb really good. Sharp bit. Where'd my U-bolt go? I left it up there. Alright, let's see. Not quite. Might have to take the old knurl bit after it a little bit. Oh, yeah, it's even on there already. Come on. Really? Close. Keeps wanting to walk around the hole. She'll go. Might take a little hammering, but she'll go. I'm just going to try to hold this up here and just get the U-bolts at least started. That one's in. And the alignment thing's in there. Yep, that's fine. I just pinch my nut in the thing. Oh, great. I should zip tie this up or something. Guaranteed it's going to hit me in the face. So now we can put our control arm on. Holy Jesus, that thing's heavy. It says to put it on the top first, but I might just try to put it on the bottom first. Oh, okay, yeah, come right down, I guess. Okay. So, maybe, just maybe, all this up. Nope, I can't. Okay. Now we got to jack up the, I'm going to stick this on too. Which I turned it all the way to the, whoa, oh, okay, I guess we don't have to jack it up. Put that on there. This on here. Put this bolt at the bottom. You guys are on the wrong side, you know. Oh, come on. Actually, once I start tightening these, it's going to turn the other way, so it's not really going to matter what side you're on, to be honest. Alright. Alright. Start tightening this stuff up. That is not the right size. How about for the top? 3, over there, looks like 3/4. Make sure you torque these to the proper spec. Torqued. Yeah, give her a little more. Well, let's see if my hole lines up. Where's my cotter hole? Oh, that lines up perfectly. Okay. Cotter pin hole lines up. Now I need to find a socket for the bottom. Please be right. It is. Ratchet. Ratchet. Here it is. Might need a short extension. Maybe not. Maybe I take this out for now. Torque to the proper spec. Torqued. Are we lined up? Yeah, we are. I'll give her another. You know what? Maybe we will torque these. What do they say to torque them to? Says lower to 90, top to 50. Actually, yeah, whatever. They're probably going to have to come back off because I'm guessing it's not going to be low enough. But we'll torque them. Oh, told you it was fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Please look cool. 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 And it looks the same. It might be like an inch lower, but I don't think so. Where's my tape measure? It looks the same. 29 7/16 was the original measurement, at least to the fender. It's taller. Well, it's 29 7/8. I'm sorry, 30 and I don't know where I got 29 7/8. I was thinking the number that I just took. 30 1/4. Yeah, about 30 1/4. So it's taller. So I need to get 2-inch drop spindles, which I already assumed. So I'll get drop spindles ordered. I'll have to take, when I do the other side. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there. Got stuck in the jack handle there. Tonight, after I get done eating and I get home and I tear apart the other side, I'll take one of those spindles completely apart and measure the shaft and see what drop spindle I need. Like I said, I think 79, I'm sorry, getting all flustered here. I believe a heavy half has an 1.25 inch spindle versus like a standard C10 pickup is a 1 inch spindle. So when I tear the other side apart, I will measure it, see what it is, so I can get some drop spindles on order. Probably 2 inches would be plenty, maybe 2.5. You can always raise the coilovers up. Right now the coilovers are all the way down, so this is as low as she's gonna go with these springs. So, all right, I'm gonna go eat, take a shower, take my wife out to eat. When we get back, hopefully I'll start working on this again, at least get the other side knocked out, or get the other side at least all tore apart. And then tomorrow I can repeat of what I did today. Hey, back from dinner, went out, got some crab, and actually the place, we've never been to it and it wasn't that great, which it is what it is when you gamble on a place you've never been at, but whatever. I'm back working on this again. I actually already started, and first I was just cleaning stuff up and making room, and then I started working on this and I thought, oh crap, I never even started the camera. So I got this to a point where I can take the spindle off, and I got a jack under there this time, like the correct way to do it more or less, so the spring doesn't come flying out, even though when it's fully extended there's like no pressure on it anyway. But I already went through my hardware, made sure I had enough hardware, make sure I didn't mix anything up. I am missing 1 1/2 inch washer, so but whatever, I got 1/2 inch washers from when I did the rear end, so I'll just use some of those. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna more or less time lapse this and just try to get this knocked out tonight yet. That way tomorrow I don't have anything I need to do. More or less I can edit and go shopping with my wife, woohoo, and that kind of thing. So I'm gonna attempt to get this all knocked out tonight, get the other one on. I'm debating if I even want to put this spindle back on, because I'm gonna have to order new spindles. So I don't know yet. I might just put it all back together so at least it's sitting on the ground. That way I can do whatever I got to do next. I don't know. So yeah. All right, it's going pretty decent so far. Got all the stuff, upper and lower control arms ripped off already. Gonna cut this hole out with the plasma. It's going a lot easier than the other side, mainly because I can get at, I am able to get at the hardware there a lot easier than the other side, because there's not as much lines and all the other crap running behind it. And this exhaust manifold actually comes down in a different place, where the other one comes down, I want to say closer to the front, kind of angles down, whereas this one just comes straight down. But it's going pretty good, honestly. So I need a little break. I'm gonna get myself a adult beverage, and while I'm doing that, roll my plasma cutter over here and keep going. All right, ready for our spindle. Oh boy, that is a heavy bitch. Whew. All right. Whew. Washer, nut. Now I'm not going to put a cotter pin in this because I'm just going to end up taking it apart anyway. Where'd the nut go? Right there. Nope, that's not it. Right here. Nope, that's not it. What did I do with that nut? I probably swept it underneath there. Guaranteed. Well, we're done. Got it all together. Can't really see much from this side because I'm so close to the wall, but it's the same as the other side. The only thing different is I actually put my Willwood caliper on. Not sure if you can see it or not. The light, I don't have any lighting over here. The kit went together pretty well. The instructions aren't the best, more or less, but there is a video, you know, there's obviously YouTube videos online that are a little more informative or a little easier to follow. The hardware, what to use, and the drawings are kind of crappy, but other than that, it's nice quality stuff. Well, it should be for what it costs, I'll tell you that much. It's not as low as I would, you know, like it, obviously, but I kind of knew that going into this. I didn't buy drop spindles because I didn't know what was in this. Actually, one of the biggest things that's good about this kit is the geometry. It really, like, everything's nice and flat. And that's with the spring all the way down, whatever, with the most drop. With the, I don't know what was in what it had before. I think there were lowering springs, and if you look at these upper control arms, before, with the springs in it, the upper control arm was like at a super high angle, so the ball joint was always at a really sharp angle. And I noticed that like 5 years ago or something like that when I did the disc brakes, and I was just like, that's not good. And if you look at this control arm, you can see this rubber, whatever, seal or bushing or whatever the hell you want to call this. The rubber boot is all tore because this ball joint was always at such a sharp angle. So, not good. Anytime you hit a bump or whatever pushes it up even farther, it would just knock and bang and everything else. So, if you have a truck like this and you're just buying lowering springs, I wouldn't recommend it because it screws up your upper control arm. It's really sharp. Just buy spindles, buy drop spindles, and go that route. Don't buy drop springs or heat them up. I know a lot of people do it, and if you're just looking for a beater or whatever, that's fine. I would do it too. But just know, the biggest thing, like, I think, if you know you're doing something stupid, or if you know that you're not necessarily doing it the right way, it's okay. That's fine. But if you're just doing it to do it and you don't understand. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. There's a lot of things I've done that I know are not the right way to do it. But there is the right way to do the wrong thing, more or less. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks. I got a work trip. I got to do whatever, handle, take care of, pay the bills, blah, blah, blah. I got a little junkyard video. It ain't much, but it's something to put content out and whatever. I was already there. We're already doing stuff, so I figured I'd record it. There's really not much left on this, to be honest. I'd like to pull the rear axle out one more time, clean up some of the welds. I got to put a vent tube yet for the differential or whatever. Paint it, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of it. I think the one big job I still have to do is probably brake lines. I want to redo all the brake lines. Just run all brand new brake lines and whatever, which kind of a waste because the brake lines that are in it are pretty new and they're not rusty or anything like that, but I don't know. I want to try to clean up some of the crap I did previously that just looks terrible. Yeah. The other thing I think is like fuel line, like running fuel line and stuff. Obviously, I'm going to order spindles while I'm gone. I measured the spindle diameter, so I know what that is, so I can order new ones. I'll probably get 2.5 drop. I'd prefer to compress the coil spring a little bit because right now, like I said, they're all the way extended, and I'd like to get at least compress them a little bit. Yeah, like I said, spindles, pull the axle out again, run all new brake lines. I'm going to need exhaust, but I'll have somebody else do that. Drive shaft, that's kind of a hodgepodge crap. I don't know. I wouldn't say I would say I'm a cheap ass, but I will spend money where I think it's worth it, like this QA1 front, suspension kit. Drive shaft, I went and got one yesterday. I used one, took it in today to have it all cut down, blah, blah, blah. They ended up calling me like 3 hours later and say they can't get conversion U-joints or whatever. So I ended up telling them, okay, well, build me one anyway. Just build me one. So sometimes spending the money you're just further ahead than trying to be a cheap ass like I do and order the wrong things 5 times, and it just ends up costing you more money anyway. But I'm not the richest man in the world either, so sometimes you just got to do what you got to do and live and learn, whatever. So yeah, I think that does it for this. If anybody has any questions on this kit, how to install it or whatever, any issues that I ran into, the only thing that really sucked were the U-bolts. Drilling them out, and you could only get the one on the front side. The nuts, they're so tight, you can't get a ratchet on it, you can't get socket on it, you can't whatever. You got to turn it pretty much like one flat at a time, and that sucks. But the 72 and up disc brake trucks, the holes are already 9/16. I guess with, I don't know, drum brakes, they used 1/2 inch. They might even be smaller than that. I don't know. I think they're 1/2 inch U-bolts, but so you got to drill them out. So that was really the only part that really sucked. And the directions they're not terrible, but figuring out what hardware you need to use, and then you go to the drawing, and the drawing's all on one page, so it's all compressed, and you can't follow the lines and where they go and all that kind of, I don't know. There's videos online, obviously, that you can watch that are, in my opinion, more informative, and I just learn better when I'm watching something instead of trying to read a book and figure it out. But yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. And let me know, like, I guess if you're, how do I want to say this? I'm pretty still new to this whole YouTube thing. So let me know if there's stuff that I skip or stuff that you want to see that I don't do or whatever. any positive criticism I'll listen to. If you're gonna jump in the comments and just be a jerk, I'm just gonna ignore you. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna ignore you. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the subscribers I have now, which aren't much, but aren't many, I should say. But whatever, it is what it is. I'm just getting started. You gotta start somewhere. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your buddies, whatever. You know, make an account for your 2-year-old and subscribe. Or no, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Next video, I have no idea what it's going to be besides a little junkyard thing. When I get back, I should have drop spindles. I should have my drive shaft. So we'll probably do that. And then there'll be another video probably doing brake lines, which I am dreading because I hate doing brake lines, except for I did buy a brake line flaring kit, tool, thingamajigger that I saw that somebody else had that I thought looked freaking awesome and handy. And then when I went and looked at his, they were like ridiculously expensive. So I bought, of course, the El Cheapo of that. But yeah, probably be a little cleanup video and whatever. So that's all I got. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. GoPro, stop recording.